does Amazon have the right top management in place to handle the current push by Amazon workers to unionize in the best possible manner for the company? This might seem like a no-brainer, but it is a question, in my opinion, Amazon investors should be asking themselves at this point in time. And despite the fact that Andy Jassy is the CEO of the company, the focus of media attention continues to remain on Jeff Bezos on this topic. So let's take a look at what's going on here. The first slide is a screen scrape from today's Washington Post with a big picture, by the way, of Jeff Bezos splashed across it. And the headline is, Twitter nixes a handful of accounts pretending to be happy Amazon workers. Now, it's a risky move, isn't it, to actually support a so-called handful of accounts which actually end up to be illegitimate, to actually amplify a voice or amplify a message across Twitter as a prominent social media. In this story, in the Washington Post, the report is that Amazon is denying any responsibility for supporting these accounts. But nonetheless, and as this second slide will make clear, there's a quote in here as you read down the story. A former executive believes that Clark would not have tweeted that without Bezos' approval. And while Bezos has many skills, he has particularly bad judgment about media relations, said the former executive, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to talk candidly about internal policy. And my comment there is, but healthy, quote, media relations, end of quote, are mission critical for enormous businesses like Amazon. And I would take it a step further and say enormous businesses like Amazon who find themselves in the crosshairs of government regulators globally, not simply in the United States, but the UK, France, the EU, anywhere you can pick it. So the question emerges, or should be emerging in investor minds, why, if Jeff Bezos has taken a step back and Andy Jassy is actually running the company, why is this quote here appearing where this former executive believes that this person, Clark, would not have tweeted that without Bezos' approval? Shouldn't it be Andy Jassy who should be making that determination? And by the way, the point that that this quote is referring to is, and I'll just quote another piece that's on this screen scrape, quote, "I often say we are the Bernie Sanders of employers, but that's not quite right because we actually deliver a progressive workplace," end of quote, Clark tweeted on Wednesday. So the decision to adopt a confrontational attitude towards a very, very vocal and extremely well-known and combative progressive senator in the U.S. Senate like Bernie Sanders, and to go head-to-head with Bernie Sanders, that's a pretty risky move. And if I'm one of the one of the largest, 5 largest companies in the world, the question is, why am I risking inciting a very angry response that could be quite damaging to my business globally as a result of diving into this extremely confrontational stance? And am I keeping the best intentions for the company at the forefront of my attention? So let's go a little bit further here. So I think, and I've actually tweeted about this, that at a certain point, a company with the heft, let's put it that way, of Amazon, needs to transition from top management with a highly entrepreneurial background to top management with a more business savvy background, and specifically a business savvy background that keeps at the forefront of awareness the heft of the company, the position of the company globally in the eyes of regulators, and the objective of skirting issues as much as possible and keeping the business on track. So here is another example of Amazon actually moving in the opposite direction. And I did actually create a video on this topic last week, and that is the hiring of the ex-CEO of Tableau Software, Adam Selipsky, who admittedly came to Tableau from Amazon to take over the position of CEO of Amazon AWS. Adam Selipsky is a highly entrepreneurial individual, and he might be the kind of individual who would practice move fast and break things. And my argument is that is absolutely the opposite of what Amazon needs at this point in time in terms of its direction as a business within this highly scrutinized environment globally. Now, the good news is Andy Jassy's background, and if we take a look at this here, next slide, we can see that Andy Jassy, who is the CEO at Amazon, and this is his public LinkedIn profile, which of course is not including his latest role, which is he's actually CEO of the entire business, not just simply Amazon AWS. But the good news with regards to Jassy is, number one, he's been at Amazon for 23 years. He never left Amazon. And number two, he has a master's in business administration from Harvard Business School. And not only that, his father is a very prominent partner at an extremely prestigious law firm. And so Andy Jassy is likely much more cognizant of the do's and don'ts that make sense at this point in Amazon's journey. However, he's nowhere to be found right this second on this topic. And the topic is becoming one of concern because a gentleman by the name of Giannis, who is a congressman from Queens, New York, and actually someone who cut his teeth combating Amazon when Amazon was of a mind to create its second corporate headquarters in Queens, New York, is actually going after not only Amazon but other big tech companies with something called a claim of abuse of dominance. And I tweeted this story that I've actually put on the screen here from the Associated Press a few days ago on Twitter, and I can say it's gotten over 2,000 impressions and about 50 engagements. So this isn't a small deal that Congressman Giannis is actually intending to go at the whole notion of antitrust from a different angle. And this angle is called abuse of dominance, and it has nothing to do with creating higher prices for consumers, etc. And where did that all come from? Well, let's go back to here. Amazon, and this is a screen scrape from the CNBC website going back to 2019. And the headline is, Amazon ruins the communities it takes over, says New York State Senator who opposes NYC deal. And that was Mr. Giannis. So what's the cost of moving fast and breaking things when it comes to media relations, and also handling Bernie Sanders as someone opposing you in the United States Senate and actually going down to one of your facilities and campaigning for unionization of your workers? It's not move fast and break things, in my opinion. And in fact, that move fast and break things could be a quite dangerous approach that Amazon investors should be looking into. My name is Ira Michael Blonder. I'm the CEO and founder of IMB Enterprises Incorporated. My business is an advisory firm. We work with the C-suite at early stage enterprise software businesses, helping them from a marketing and a selling perspective, as well as product determination and product testing. I'm also an investor with a keen eye to technology, publicly traded businesses. If you have an idea and you'd like to bounce it off me, I'm all ears. Any short call is for free, and you can reach me at area code 631-673-2929. Please check out our blog, https://www.imbeenterprises.com/our-blog/ or my Twitter page at Mike the Bebop, and speak with you soon.